Hello, all you amazing healers. This is Dr. Anastasia, and today I'm going to be speaking about doubt. And what that doubt does is it creates wealth blocks. And those wealth blocks are what are preventing you from allowing the influx of wealth in your life. And that wealth can look like money, it can look like great relationships, and it can look like health. So I'm going to talk about the different things that can create doubt in your mind and how to release them. So stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my 6-figure professor's salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm going to start speaking about what doubt does to your ability to create wealth in your life. And you know that doubt is that image that you can't have it in your mind. And these images that are created from things that happened way back long time ago, that you've lodged this subconscious image of doubt in your mind. And it may have been from an event. You may have inherited the pattern from the DNA of your family. You may have inherited the pattern from your own spirit's travels through time. And it is really a perception and not in a reality. And it includes all the places where you doubt you can have it, and that you don't trust you can have it, and that doubt is there hovering in your mind. So I want to review the way that you create your current reality, right? So your current reality is created with 4 factors. So what you cherish and hold dear, you energize. And this doubt was created because there was some reason for you to have it to survive, because everything that we do, everything that our body does is to help you survive, including cancer, believe it or not. And so another factor is how you live, and what you created in your life is a reflection of your internal world. So if you have doubt running through your system, it will put a wall between you and your desired result. And another is anything that you deem important will have a lot of force with it, right? And sometimes that doubt can be so huge because you need to have it in order to survive. And then last is to realize that source energy moves through you. It will follow the direction or command that you give it, right? So whatever it is that you are telling it to do, that's where it's going to go, right? And you may have experienced something that happened to you when you were a lot younger. If you're listening, you probably know how to move energy. And even if you don't, you may have had a thought like, I'd really like to have that, and then all of a sudden it appears. And that's because it doesn't go against any of those other inner processes or subconscious thoughts that are running through your mind, right? So let's talk a little bit more about your doubt. So let's go back to when you were very young. The realities of your young life form your current reality, particularly in how you interpret events. So as I was saying is, please don't judge yourself, but that doubt is there to help you survive it. If you observed your parents fighting, for example, you will take in that negative energy to protect those around you. You don't want your parents fighting because you love them both and you can't really choose between one or the other. And then you create this wall inside you. It's like a block or a dam that prevents the flow of energy to the place of self-preservation, because your idea of self-preservation is absorbing that negative energy and helping create the peace around you. And if they're fighting about money, right? If they're fighting about what they can spend and how much they have and who gets to do what with it, that creates this huge doubt in your mind. You're doubting or fearing the money somehow. And what you'll do is you'll repulse it. You'll think, I doubt I can have it because when I have it, it will create chaos and discord. So again, it's survival. And you keep the things that you hold dear in your heart to help manifest them in your life. So if you want to create peace in your life, right? If you manifest and want to hold that dear, you will create peace, but it could be at the expense of your ability to create wealth. Doubt is also created by mixed messages. So what's a mixed message, right? And I've mentioned this before. A mixed message is you want to create something, right? You want to manifest something in your life, but then you do the opposite. And I'll give you an example that happened in my own life. My ex-husband wanted to maintain our marriage, but every time he said he wanted to maintain it, he did the opposite to actually make it look like he wanted to destroy it, right? So that was like he would tell me he wanted to maintain the marriage, and then he would do something to try and hold me prisoner or try and take something away from me, like, I'll take the kids from you, I'll take the house from you. And I say, so what is it you want me to do? You want me to be your prisoner, or do you want me to be your loving partner, right? So he was doing the opposite. It's just the same thing when somebody says, I really want to lose some weight, and then they turn around and do all of the things opposite. They go out and eat a big, huge meal. They have a huge pizza. They have sugared Coca-Cola. They'll go out and have a big dessert, like have this big giant thing of ice cream, something that will actually create the opposite of what they think they want in their subconscious mind. So these are mixed messages or cross purposes. Right? So the person that is trying to lose weight but is still eating is that they have some need they need to fill, and this emptiness they feel, and so they have to eat the food, or they want to create a protective layer around them because they feel threatened. And so they eat to create this fat layer that they think is like a shield against the rest of the world. And likewise with my ex-husband, for example, I didn't fault him for this because I understood what was going on, but he was trying to save face in some way, and he was doing it in a little boy way rather than an adult way, because he had a lot of things happen to him when he was a little boy, and that was the way he understood the world, right? So doubt also creates this really huge role in the imposter syndrome, right? So imposter, I doubt I can do it. I don't have the power. There's this thing in your mind. I don't have the ability. People will never pay for that. Whatever it is that you're doing, right? Even if you've been hired into a position of a lot of responsibility, some people feel that they've been hired past their level of competence, right? So they doubt that they can actually do the job really well. So instead of trying, they keep sabotaging themselves. So it really is, again, at cross purposes. So let's talk about how you can clear that doubt. So remember to have that first image of doubt that you've had in your mind, right? When maybe you were a young child and you saw your parents fighting over something, whatever it was, or that first, thinking that nobody will pay for whatever it is that's going on. And to remember that this is all perception and not reality. That perception was created because it was your survival mechanism. It was some survival mechanism, right? Just like the man who sabotages his marriage that he wants to save, it's a survival mechanism somewhere deep in his subconscious mind. He didn't really mean it, and he didn't really want that to happen, but that's what was going on, right? And so this includes all the places that you doubt you can have it, that you don't trust that you can have it, think that you can ever make it happen for you, and all the reasons why you have these doubts. So again, these are things that you can journal or meditate on, right? Journal and meditate on is all the places where you doubt you can have it, that you don't trust you can have it, think you can't ever make it happen, and all the reasons why you have these doubts. And once you start getting into the bottom of it, it starts to lose its power. And as it loses its power, right, it allows you to release it. So one simple way to release it is focus on one of those things that I mentioned, is that first image of doubt and all of the other things, because remember that your realities are created with the 4 factors. What you cherish and hold dear, you energize. So now you can focus on the idea of doubt and how you can turn it around and focus on something that you hold dear and cherish. And then if you decide that you don't like the way you're living, right, that you have created that current reality because your life is a reflection of that interior world. And if your interior world is filled with a lot of doubt about yourself, your abilities to manifest the life that you want, because a lot of this is carried forward. Remember, a lot of this is carried forward from former lives. This energy pattern, these emotional patterns, they're carried forward from early life, from previous lives, and from the DNA patterns that you inherit. That is your epigenetic patterns, right? And those epigenetic patterns will hold in your body for up to 7 generations, depending on what's going on. But it will hold, like, for example, if your mother, like my mother did, if your mother feared men, right? She feared them all the time because it was ingrained in her through her culture. She grew up in Greece where men had all the power, and she feared being overpowered by them. And a lot of her behavior, especially towards guiding me and my sister, a lot of her behavior was over those fears. And both my sister and I kind of inherited that, and we had to learn how to get over it growing up in the United States and not in Greece. So we didn't have those cultural biases and had to really look at ourselves and figure out why that fear was there and release it. So the journaling exercise is to help you get to the bottom, like when were those first pictures? What could they possibly be? And to even have a conversation with your doubt. Like just say, dear doubt, why are you here? What is your message to tell me? And then let your subconscious guide you. And this will help you find your way out and allow you to release the doubt. And in some of my programs that I have, I just wanted to let you know, in some of my programs, I actually do the physical healing to help you release your doubt. So I hope this was helpful. I went over into how doubt is created, where it stems from, things to think about, things to journal about or meditate about, and to help you understand what the core reason you have this doubt. If you have it, some people have other wealth blocks, but if you have this doubt, it will come out in the exercises and help you get to the bottom of it, so then you can release it down into the earth, let it go, and have it be in your rear view mirror. I hope this was helpful today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.